Hello. Are you feeling pulled in countless directions by life, overwhelmed and unclear about where to put your energy? You're definitely not alone. Today, we're exploring 7 Stoic don'ts that will guide you towards a clearer, more purposeful life in 2025. These principles are your key to slicing through the clutter and enhancing your clarity and purpose. Our world moves quickly and demands constant connectivity. Every day brings a new emergency, a fresh task, and relentless demands to stay ahead. It often seems like you're just managing to keep everything together. However, Stoic philosophy offers the robust solutions you need. It teaches us to adapt our perspectives, fostering resilience, concentration, and peace within. These principles are concrete, not theoretical. They're actionable strategies you can adopt immediately to change the way you think, behave, and handle life's challenges. Before we get started, remember to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you won't miss out on future content aimed at crafting your most intentional life. Ready to take charge and confidently enter 2025? Let's get started. Do not let the external disorder control your inner serenity. Modern life is like a relentless storm. Alerts, debates, and unwanted comments online bombard us constantly, leaving many feeling fragmented, anxious, and depleted. It seems impossible to escape the incessant noise, but Stoicism teaches us that, though we might not control the external chaos, we hold the ultimate power over how much we let it affect us internally. Marcus Aurelius, a prominent Stoic philosopher, once noted, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." We too often let chaos disrupt our peace of mind. Endless scrolling through social media and absorbing negative comments can wear us down. We engage in meaningless disputes, dwelling on them long afterward, yet we often overlook that we possess the choice to withdraw, to shield our inner selves from the external chaos. Envision your mind as a fortress. A fortress remains robust only when its gates are judiciously guarded. Leave your gates open indiscriminately, and your fortress will fall from within. Conversely, carefully guarding these gates helps maintain your stronghold. Protecting your inner peace doesn't mean isolating from the world, but being selective about what you allow to affect you. You don't have to soak up every negative element or react to every provocation. Take a moment to pause, breathe, and assess whether something truly deserves your attention. Often, it doesn't. This approach isn't about avoidance or ignorance, but about setting boundaries. In a world vying for your attention, boundaries are a form of self-respect, keeping your energy focused and undiluted. Imagine defining your day's tone rather than letting your smartphone set it. Picture someone critiquing you and choosing not to be upset because you know your value does not depend on their view. This is what it means to maintain your inner peace. One of the simplest ways to regain control is by instituting daily rituals that anchor you. Start with meditation. Dedicate 5 minutes each morning to sit in silence, breathe deeply, and remind yourself that you command your thoughts. Maintain mindfulness throughout your day by recognizing feelings of overwhelm. Ask yourself if you truly need to bear this burden. If not, let it go. If so, handle it calmly, one step at a time. Journaling also serves as a powerful tool to unwind and clear your mind at day's end. Living without boundaries lets the din drown out your own voice. But when you practice safeguarding your inner peace, clarity follows. You'll begin to distinguish between external chaos and your own serene inner space. Once you experience this tranquility, you won't easily relinquish it. Don't seek approval or dread judgment. Many of us spend too much time comparing ourselves, gauging our worth through others' eyes. Initially, it might just be an offhand remark or the pressure to present the perfect image online. However, over time, this need for validation begins to dictate our actions. We hesitate, worried about others' opinions, and compare our reality to others' curated lives, feeling inadequate. In this process, we compromise our authenticity and freedom for someone else's approval. Stoicism reminds us that such behavior is unnecessary and damaging. You cannot control others' perceptions, which are often influenced by their prejudices and misunderstandings. Why allow such unstable factors to steer your life? Consider your life as a ship navigating the seas. If you constantly alter your course based on others' directions, you'll never reach your own destination. You'll drift aimlessly, lost in the currents you never chose. But when you chart your own path, grounded in what truly matters to you, you start to feel stable. Criticism will always exist, but it won't unsettle you because you know your direction. Remember, you can't please everyone. Regardless of your efforts, there will always be someone with something negative to say. That's their prerogative, not yours. The Stoics advise focusing our energy on aligning with our values rather than chasing transient approval. Ask yourself, what is truly important to you? What are your core values? When your actions stem from these truths, you experience a freedom no amount of praise can offer. Living independently of others' opinions doesn't mean you disregard them, but you prioritize your principles over their perceptions. Instead of fearing judgment, consider whether you are proud of your actions. Shift your focus. Rather than obsess over others' views, consider how your actions reflect your values. Rather than fear judgment, reflect on whether you are living true to yourself. You'll realize that the only approval you need is your own. To break free from the cycle of seeking validation, practice detachment. Next time you worry about someone's opinion, pause and ask yourself, does their perspective change who I am? Likely it doesn't. Practice gratitude as well. Appreciate those who value you for who you are, not for your achievements or performance. When you stop pursuing approval, you allow yourself to truly be. This newfound space fosters deeper confidence and peace. As you approach 2025, release the fears of judgment and the compulsion for approval. Follow your own path and let your deeds speak for themselves. Don't overlook the present. It's alluring to dwell on the past or the future, replaying old scenarios or fretting over future outcomes. It might seem proactive, as though worrying and overthinking grant us control over past or impending events. However, this mindset causes us to lose sight of our only genuine influence, the present. Stoicism emphasizes that we truly live only in the now. Seneca once wrote in On the Shortness of Life, "The whole future lies in uncertainty. Live immediately." This timeless wisdom remains pertinent amidst the distractions of 2025. We waste countless hours absorbed in our screens, missing the beauty of life as it unfolds. We await the perfect moment to act, connect, or fully live, not realizing that these moments are already here, awaiting our notice. Consider the present moment like a fleeting breeze. You cannot grasp it, nor chase it once it's gone. Yet, pausing to experience it reminds you that you are alive, right now, at this very instant. The present often seems mundane because it doesn't always feel significant or thrilling. But when we overly fixate on what's past or what may come, we overlook the extraordinary aspects of everyday life. The warmth of sunlight, a loved one's laughter, the simple act of breathing. When we're not fully present, life can overwhelm us. We get bogged down by yesterday's issues or tomorrow's uncertainties. However, anchoring ourselves in the now simplifies life. We can focus on the immediate, on what we can achieve today, this hour, even this minute. This doesn't mean neglecting to plan for the future or reflecting on the past. Instead, it means these activities don't dominate us. They serve as tools, not burdens. So, how do you ground yourself in the present amid the world's constant pulls? Start with small acts. Throughout your day, take moments to pause and truly experience the world around you. When eating, savor your food. When speaking to someone, listen deeply. And when overwhelmed, concentrate on the single task at hand. The present is far simpler than the mind perceives. These small acts, while seemingly minor, are profoundly impactful. They extract you from the whirlwind of thoughts and plant you firmly in the reality of now. The year 2025 will likely bring its own challenges and uncertainties, but these become more manageable when faced one moment at a time. The past is a lesson, the future a possibility, but the present is the reality we live in. Choose to dwell in it. Don't be ruled by your emotions. Emotions are potent, capable of driving us to remarkable achievements or regrettable choices. In moments of anger, fear, envy, or despair, it's easy to feel overwhelmed, as though we're at the mercy of an uncontrollable tempest. Yet, Stoicism offers a different perspective. Emotions don't govern you unless you permit them. They emerge naturally, but your response to them shapes their influence. Marcus Aurelius advised, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." This insight is crucial when dealing with emotional turbulence. Emotions are transient. They rise and fall and eventually dissipate. When we allow them unchecked influence, they dictate our actions, strain our relationships, and cloud our judgments. The Stoics advocated for observing our emotions without succumbing to them. Picture your emotions as a wildfire. Left unchecked, they can ravage everything in their path. But with awareness and appropriate tools, you can manage them, using them for warmth and illumination instead of destruction. The aim isn't to suppress your emotions, but to understand them. Anger might indicate an injustice that needs addressing, but reacting in rage rarely resolves the issue. Fear might signal a threat, but remaining paralyzed by it hinders progress. By stepping back and assessing what your emotions are trying to tell you, you regain the ability to respond thoughtfully rather than react impulsively. This mastery starts with a pause. When overwhelmed by an emotion, whether frustration during a disagreement or anxiety before a significant decision, take a moment to breathe. Count to 10 if necessary. This pause creates a space between the emotion and your reaction, enabling you to approach the situation with clarity. Ask yourself, what is this emotion trying to communicate? Is my reaction helpful or harmful? These questions refocus you from the emotion itself to your possible actions. Another Stoic tool is perspective. When emotions seem all-consuming, zoom out. Marcus Aurelius often reminded himself of the relative insignificance of his troubles in the grand scheme of life. A frustration today may seem trivial tomorrow. A fear that feels overwhelming now might diminish over time. Maintaining this broader perspective can reduce the intensity of strong emotions, giving you space to act from a place of calm. Perfection isn't the goal. No one achieves it. But every step you take towards mastering your emotions is a step towards mastering your life. By choosing your responses instead of letting emotions dictate your actions, you gain a sense of freedom and strength. In 2025, don't allow your emotions to imprison you. Use them as guides, not as dictators, and observe how much more balanced your life feels. Don't lose sleep over unnecessary possessions. It's easy to fall into the belief that more stuff equals happiness. The latest gadget, a larger home, a wardrobe brimming with clothes, these are often portrayed as symbols of a successful life. But if that were true, why do so many still feel unfulfilled despite having so much? Today's culture promotes perpetual accumulation, but Stoicism teaches us that true contentment comes from desiring less, not more. Epictetus, a sharp Stoic mind, once said, "Wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants." The more you gather, the more you need to manage, maintain, and safeguard. Possessions start to control you rather than you controlling them. You chase the next acquisition, hoping it will complete you, only to find the satisfaction temporary. This cycle of want, acquire, and feel empty is not just tiring, it's a distraction from what genuinely matters. Imagine your life as a garden. Overcrowding it with plants makes the soil too dense, obscuring the beauty of each flower. The same applies to the clutter in your life. When you surround yourself with too much, it becomes difficult to appreciate or even focus on what truly brings joy or meaning. Simplicity offers clarity, gratitude, and peace. It isn't about self-deprivation, but about making room for what truly aligns with your values. How do you break the cycle of accumulation? Start by asking yourself if each new purchase adds value to your life. When tempted by something new, pause and reflect. Is it addressing a genuine need, or is it merely filling an emotional void? Extend this practice to the possessions you already own. Take a look around your home. How much of what surrounds you do you genuinely use or cherish? Often, a lot of it merely occupies space, consuming energy. Decluttering isn't just about physical space, it's about mental freedom too. Start small, a drawer, a shelf, a corner of your room. Notice how it feels to create order and simplicity. Once you begin, the process can become positively addictive. And don't limit this to physical items. Consider the commitments, relationships, and habits that no longer benefit you. These can also be clutter, draining your vitality. The beauty of needing less is that it brings a sense of abundance. When you concentrate on what truly matters, be it relationships, meaningful work, or personal growth, you realize you already have more than enough. In 2025, resist the urge to accumulate indiscriminately and embrace the liberating simplicity. Don't resist change or cling to the past. Change is a constant in life, yet often one of the most difficult things to accept. We cling to familiar relationships, routines, and past versions of ourselves, hoping to freeze time. But resisting change doesn't halt its progress. It only brings suffering. Life moves forward, with or without our consent. Stoicism encourages us to embrace the inevitable with grace, seeing growth in adaptation. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Loss is nothing else but change, and change is nature's delight." At its heart, this philosophy isn't just about accepting change. It's about viewing it as an opportunity. Nature itself is in perpetual motion. Seasons change, rivers flow, leaves fall, without fear or hesitation. This is simply the natural order. The same holds true for us. When we resist change, we resist life itself. We find ourselves stuck, yearning for the past or dreading the future, instead of living fully in the present. Imagine life as a river. You can either cling to the bank, fighting the current, or let go and flow with it, trusting the river's course. This doesn't mean relinquishing control, but focusing on navigation rather than resistance. When we accept change, we open ourselves to possibilities previously unseen. A closed door might reveal an open window. A loss might make room for new beginnings. Acceptance doesn't require celebration of every change, nor does it preclude mourning what's lost or feeling uncertain about what's to come. But resisting the inevitable only delays adaptation. Instead of asking why something is happening, ask what it can teach you. Shifting from resistance to curiosity can profoundly change how you experience life's changes. Reflect on past changes that initially seemed daunting, but led to unexpected growth. This exercise can reassure you that you've adapted before, and you can do so again. Another strategy is to anchor yourself in the present when change feels overwhelming. Often, the next small step is all that's needed to start moving forward. Clinging to the past might feel safe, but it binds you to something that no longer exists. By letting go, you make room for new experiences. Change isn't your adversary. It's a natural part of life's rhythm. As you navigate through 2025, embrace the uncertainties that accompany change. See them as chances to evolve, to grow, to become who you're meant to be. Don't lose sight of the broader perspective. Daily life is filled with meetings, deadlines, and errands, demanding your attention and leaving little space for reflection. When you focus solely on these immediate tasks, life can start to feel trivial. Stoicism prompts us to maintain awareness of the larger picture. What really matters in the long run? What kind of life do you aspire to live? Stoics practiced this awareness vividly. They embraced the concept of memento mori. Remember, you will die. While this may seem grim, it's actually an invitation to live more fully and purposefully. Marcus Aurelius often contemplated his mortality, noting, "You could leave life right now. Let that determine what you do and say and think." The point isn't to obsess over death, but to use it as a catalyst to appreciate the brevity of life. When you understand life's fleeting nature, you stop wasting time on insignificant matters. Imagine life through a camera lens. When zoomed in too closely, all you see are the minor annoyances, the unanswered email, the untidy kitchen, the traffic delay. But when you zoom out, the bigger picture emerges. You remember what's truly important: your relationships, your health, your personal growth. The trivial concerns fade, and what really matters takes precedence. For many, losing sight of the bigger picture happens gradually. We overcommit or pursue goals that don't reflect our true values, waking up one day busy yet unfulfilled. To prevent this, regularly take a step back and reflect. Are you spending your time on what truly matters? Are your actions aligned with your values? Just a few minutes of reflection daily or a weekly hour of contemplation can make a significant difference. One practical approach is to draft a list of your life values. Write down what's most important to you: family, creativity, health, service, or whatever resonates. When you feel overwhelmed or pulled in multiple directions, revisit this list. Let it guide your decisions. If something doesn't align with your values, reconsider its worth to your life and energy. Keeping the bigger picture in mind doesn't mean ignoring the details. It's about balancing the immediate with their larger significance. Your daily actions, however mundane, are the building blocks of your legacy. In 2025, connect the small moments to something greater. When you focus on what truly matters, life becomes richer, fuller, and more meaningful. Thank you for joining us in this exploration of the 7 Stoic don'ts for a better life in 2025. We hope these insights inspire you to create a life of purpose, peace, and strength. Remember, a better life isn't about avoiding challenges, but about how you face them. If this video resonated with you, please like, subscribe, and share it with someone who could benefit from a little Stoic wisdom. Keep these principles in mind, continue to grow, and we'll see you in the next video. Stay grounded and take care.